Hello everyone! GameGoddessFee here, back tonight with more Ace Attorney, the great Ace Attorney. Alright, hope you all are having a wonderful day. Me and Plum, we're gonna go ahead and trying to move that screen over. Go ahead and stream a little bit of this game. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd appreciate it, and I hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday. We're after this, I'm gonna wind it down, you guys. I'm gonna wind it down. It's been a long day, a long day. So let's go, Plum.
I hope my mic don't be acting crazy this stream.
Oh, why you got it on this? Really? Why you got it on this too? Really? Change the thing. We got the Great Ace the Great Ace Attorney, Episode 1, The Adventure of the Great Departure, Supreme Courtroom, and we left it off. We left it off with the cross-examination, you guys. So we recorded the first episode. Plum was having problems with his mic. I don't know what was going on with it. Like, when I went back to see the playthrough, watch the playthrough. Excuse me. The mic was muted while he was talking for some reason, and I monitored the stream. So, but I didn't have my iPad on, so that's why I probably couldn't hear it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Let's go, Plum.
Let's go! Witness! State your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hasanaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. I do. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me.
You working at the restaurant?
Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. I've never seen that word before, but whatever.
Understood. Hasanaka-san. Anyway, how you pronounce it?
I don't know. Hosanagi.
You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident.
At once, sir. No petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on! Let me clarify something here! Well, I did pick up a gun, and what? A gun? What? Well, I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor. I didn't shoot him!
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur! But...
The next time you interrupt an inappropriate time at an the next time you interrupt at an oh my goodness. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized. Defendant, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Norohodo.
Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we need to just look as the ring light falls.
I don't have my normal hookup.
That's a shame. Yo, hook up, mama. Yeah, the hookup, y'all. Oh yeah, go back.
So you trying to talk about me? You script?
Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question.
I'm coughing in his hands.
I see.
Got blood hanging out his mouth?
Yes. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
Ew.
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
We got tuberculosis?
Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around the table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right! When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite to him at this table! Really? Even though my headband is blowing in the wind. And that's not something the waiter could have missed!
Don't have it too high now.
I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do?
Interject, dude.
Nah, just let it go, just let it go.
Really? Wait and see.
Yes!
Just a moment, please! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day! I'm sure of it! There was a lady sitting with him at the same table!
Objection!
Dear me! What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud! Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw! Hosonoga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it! I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. I just keep a map of the store of Target too, by the way. Every day.
Oh, that's me.
Let me see. Oh, a sketch of the establishment's layout. Drawn by yourself, I presume?
That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Well, you clearly a very conscientious. Oh my goodness. Waiter. Anyway.
I know I ain't gonna get on you, right? Because these
Shut
words
up.
be horrible.
Thank you, sir.
I haven't put this anyway. Conscientious.
Conscientious.
Goodness.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh, well...
Is there a problem? And the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him.
The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. The head waiter's business card, a sketch of the restaurant's layout, is on the back.
Someone pat that man up!
Don't burp him, Plum.
So, the court has now heard a précis of the case.
Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Nariodo?
That's not my main name, Your Honor. Yes, Your Excellency.
If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unpromised witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from promised witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Cosma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary.
What's up, Yeety? What's going on? He said, what's up, y'all? Hey, Shermanator. Let me know if y'all want RE9 Resident Evil
I
9.
don't want that garbage game.
Do not give me that garbage game. I will throw it back at you.
He's so crazy. Whatever, Plum.
Are you going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. He doing the Phoenix Point, man. He doing the Phoenix Point.
Indeed. Prosecutor Archie?
Archie.
What's his name?
I don't know. Probably. Ouchie.
Oishi. Please continue with proceedings.
Tisk. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. Ugh. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever! The prosecution calls its next witnesses!
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once.
Yeah, man. They do cross-examinations a little differently in this game.
I see.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Isaiah Noza, reporting for duty, sir. However you say my name. Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the influence of our nation. That's what. And conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District, Kiwi Koikuda, at your service.
What's his name?
I don't know.
You don't know his name. An antique dealer and a soldier with an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post-noon. Not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. Why did he talk like this?
I don't know.
I can't understand a word that old man is saying. You and me both. He's an antique dealer. It sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir! It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir! This man says impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, This is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Hey, Angel, happy Sunday to you too. How you doing? Happy weekend, and yeah, we're doing fine. How you been?
Boy, Willie.
Look at my headband, Angel. Look how cool it looks. I'm using the Force to do this.
Really plum.
Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. He said, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Happy to hear you are well. Thank you so much as well. I appreciate it. You see what we playing, right? So we started the Great Ace Attorney, so it's going well. We're in the tutorial case, so it's the first case of the game. You know how that goes.
Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most...
Yes, this is the one that's set back in the past.
Ace, Ribby.
This is like their great. That's what Plum said. The greats.
The great.
Yeah, it's set in the past. It looked like it too. They look like they stepped off the Titanic when they first came here. That one scene.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Unsavory memories of a most... ace-rabic afternoon. I don't think that's how that word said, sir.
Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It did. Look, I'm like, was this the Titanic? Then they had them old clothes on. You know how they dressed in the Titanic? That's exactly how they was looking.
I was ingesting a regulation beef stick at the restaurant while having a technical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees, investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Hey, Dave, how you doing today? Happy Sunday to you. Well, so you, Sergeant Noza, actually witnessed the vital moment? You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim?
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor! After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Why would you pick up the gun, you dummy? I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it.
Edward did the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah, you're right. They always do this, Chuck, bro. Man, if you hear a gunshot and see a gun, why do you go, what's this? Is this a gun? So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now!
You bought a dishwasher today? Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, you be needing those, look. Especially if you don't wash them dishes on your hand. Congratulations on the new dishwasher, Dave. I hope it's a good one. I know it is. I know it is. I don't know why I say that. But I know you got the top of the line.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Oh, okay, you had to replace the old and the broke one. Yeah. We got to get a new furnace. Yeah, they coming out tomorrow to get that fixed up. So, look, everything always break it in the wintertime, don't it? Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my great duty to declare. I can finish reading. The verdict. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I mean the defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki?
They got some strange words in this case, in this game. Tell Dave I see him Tuesday. You off tomorrow, Yeety?
Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time.
I need to do me a little 4-day weekend soon.
Really, Rob?
Look, 4-day, you heard me?
I need me a weekend.
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding.
Very well. Okay, I hope you enjoy your off day. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the fibs in the witness's statements. How? You then fire the gun, which means that what? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a fib. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is fibbing. Now let's go, Ryunosuke! Don't let them beat you! Alright then! It's all or nothing!
Our first cross-examination. Cross-examination, what the witness saw.
There's some mouthfuls in this game, bro.
Surely is. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
In the old Ace Attorney games, we throw
That would just be, I was eating the steak. In this one, I'm ingesting the meat. What? Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then,
Try to use his hands.
this beef steak you mentioned, what kind of food is that?
Yeah, like he in class or something, raising his hand.
He's a student, bro. He think he is in class. Attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal, tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! Yes, sir! I will, sir! On the double, sir! Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Sorry! I'll do my best! So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask.
Said baby sound and noise. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. What?
Yes!
What is this? I have no idea what you're talking about! Coben, boy! Coben? You mean an Edo coin? An old Edo coin? The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoya period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day, with said item secretly in my bosom pocket. In the hope of an affluent consequent appraised of its indisputable value being present. So, you were hoping to sell your Koban coin? To Sergeant Noza, whom you met at the restaurant? Yes. It's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so? Well... You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination! No! I didn't say anything! Although penniless might be just the word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me who was grappling with his braves bill at the time was my sole prospect. You see...
At the precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Ooh, what happened?
You went back. You gotta go right.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you went right. You went back again. And then again.
Oh my
Yo,
goodness
oh
gracious.
my God. Skill issue.
It's this joystick. Okay, at that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
Yes! Yes!
He doesn't even say hold it. He says,
You know how this Switch got these buttons on the back of it, the Switch 2 controller.
think you can map that to something else if you want. So, you're saying that you actually saw me at the time? Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling, like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian! But that's impossible! I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. Man, so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. And double R! My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind.
You also see dead people.
I also see dead people. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? I also see Tom Hanks sometimes. Well, it would seem the soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good.
Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes!
So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was... Arrgh! I've had just about enough of your sauce, Cadet! Who else do you see around here in a black uniform, Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits that description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on that man! From behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me! You're looking at you like, what is wrong with this man? What is it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court, thrust it in the witness's face, and make him choke on it.
Oh, it's me. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Yes!
On your hands and knees? Could you explain that, please? That's right. Sprung the arthritis I was in order to retrieve the lost piece. What lost piece are you referring to? The Coben, of course! The exquisite Hoya-era Coben coin! I had just been showing the rare treasure to the military man as he masticated his meal. After averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The Coben vanished? Hence I began to acquaint myself with the intricacies of the floor in order to locate it. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? None other than, though it was no concern of mine. I was frantically scouring the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure. So, in fact, you didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred? Indeed, myself, I did not. Look, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here! Listen, Ryunosuke. We know there are fibs lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing R. Go through each witness statement and the details about each piece of evidence and compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency? When you find a statement in a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, present your evidence with X and rip the witness apart! You're sounding awfully murdery, Kazuma. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be giving a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart, and you will receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find an inconsistency with a witness's statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statement over and over again, as many times as you would like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner!
Okay, which one of these statements? It was eating steak.
I was eating steak. No, I was ingesting a regulation beef steak. It's the fourth one. Yeah, dude.
Black uniformed forcibly cadet fired on an English civilian.
And from the back.
Yeah, cause the person was shot in the chest.
Present that high quality piece of modern technology.
Yes!
Why?
That wasn't it.
Wait, I think that is it. I was finna say the photo. I was finna get you wrong.
You still present the photo?
Yeah, because it also shows him shine the chest.
Oh, okay.
But I think you could have presented both, actually.
It's probably wrong. Let me see.
Nah, some of them have evidence where you can present both in this game. What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Dusting his water papers in my mustache! Inconsistency, sir! I mean, yes! There's a clear inconsistency here! Sisk! What nonsense! What can this document possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that's, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth! I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Ugh! This is so frustrating!
Maybe come out and say that really. Anyway.
Oh, wait, he was still talking? I didn't know he was still talking. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It can be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosima, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Sergeant Aiza, no sir, you skipped all my dialogue. Yes sir, what sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes sir, affirmative sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir!
Yes!
But no! That just can't be! And why not, cadet? Because...
Oh my goodness.
As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, fatal hemorrhage. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
You got a baby back there.
What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again.
Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa?
Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Cordova steak, sir! What? The last testimony the court heard was proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayesa Noza, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all! That's absurd! I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. Oh my god. That's bad. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
And you, old man? You didn't see the moment the victim was shot either?
Myself, I've already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Oh yes, you were looking for your Koban coin, weren't you? Indeed! The prized toy Eric Koban. Wandering around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded hoard treasure. Nothing could distract me. Motive interest. Did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoet Coben was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prized coin for himself.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable. It would be unforgivable. I can't say it. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Oshi?
Why not, Your Excellency? The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryanosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh.
Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
as clear as Kirkio glass, Your Excellency. Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir, at once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Look, my baby. He cute, is he? He gonna have a mustache like me.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative! The newest member of the Noza family to rise up through the ranks. Surname, Idol.
It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Idol, attention! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Where is the mama? Anyway.
Pearls?
Ancient pearls?
Really, witness testimony, the true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black.
That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out!
Yes. These.
Wait, that's nonsense! The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all!
Please, enough of these outbursts already!
But there was a woman! There was a young woman at his table! You must have seen her! Everyone there must have seen her!
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies.
Doug!
It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel?
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, will it be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else?
Look, this doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print. They talk crazy. They talk weird in this game. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table.
I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that no one else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true! I saw her! I promised that I saw a woman with him!
It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leaves no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsushi, our Uchi will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. Yes, I don't know how to say my own name, by the way.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to roll! Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth, in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine. I said that wrong. Hold on. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick. Understood? Can't read tonight. I'm tired. Look,
She tired.
I'm tired.
I can make it quick. I can just tell you what you wants to do then.
Tisk! Rules can be so unbending at times.
Look.
I've been up all night.
I was up all night.
I
Cross-examination.
didn't even have to go to work early today.
The true culprit. Just woke up in the middle of the night.
Ooh, that's
Shame. Alright, go to the third one and press it.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Look. If only there had been more people dining there at the time. There's someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you would expect.
Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
How the clinic? It's just like the clinic attorney. How the clinic? Okay, how the clinic? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th of November, noon to past 1 p.m.
The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not?
Yeah, go ahead and ask.
No, I want to keep my 4 small pieces of evidence I got.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurants are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Very well, the court will grant the defense's request.
Tusk! Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. How dare you?
Officers, kindly add the victim's medical record or report card to the court record. The victim's medical report card has been entered in the court record. A medical report card from Hada Clinic was found in the victim's pocket.
What we need right now is new clues. Because it's starting to rain, and I think the stream might get called off Ryanosuke.
It's raining.
Yep. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
AT calling.
Oop. Okay. Right. I hear you.
1 second, you guys.
I'm sorry, guys. That was my auntie. She's up there in age. 81. Yeah, I had to see what she was calling about. I can't let that one go. All right, there you go, Plum.
I think I already said this.
I said that.
Yeah.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korikutak-san.
Alright, you can just click through the statements now.
What to do?
Oh, just click to the end.
Now what?
Click to the end again. Excellent work, Ryanosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got there. Before, whatever. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine.
They have what? A magnifying magnifying glass.
Yes, they've always had to, but you never noticed.
I'm thinking he's talking about something anyway.
No. Press A and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use or. What? You lost me for a second there. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using
This dude's crazy. Crazy, guys.
You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press A to investigate further. Press R to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use and to inspect any areas of evidence that look suspicious.
Don't mind the boy, you guys. Do not mind him, okay? I'm about to go get a check from him. Look. I need to get my check, y'all.
Yeah, click out again. Yeah, that little slip right there.
You said to look closely.
Yeah.
Press. Oh my goodness.
Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Really, Mama?
I'm telling you, I ain't to look. I should have been getting paid. Look.
And there's the entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed.
How was he eating?
Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ma, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed.
You better beat off your tongue. This was my
This
food always
real
tell me.
good.
Hey, yo.
Oh wait, that's my tongue.
Your mouth be
Real numb.
Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
The medical record, the medical report card's information has been updated in the court record. A record of dental work. On the day of the murder, the victim had undergone dental treatment and been prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water.
With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely! Alright, the fourth one.
That when he said they would eat
Yeah.
on the third table or the not the place setting.
Yep, this one. I've told you 1 billion times, Nohodo, and you still forget.
Yes!
We need to get your head checked. Well, I think, about what are you withering? I forgot his way. About
What are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposely, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Kurakuta-san! This is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up!
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel!
But...
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But that's... Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who...
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
Huh? The outburst have petrified me, boy! Of course I believe it! How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic!
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted?
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat? So what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. Anesthesia, whatever.
What? No, that can't!
Kurakuta-san!
What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No!
Additionally, there's more! You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Arrgh! Expertly done, partner.
They can't say nothing else.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations! Just look at this photographic evidence! You can clearly see the plate of food here at the victim's table!
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you!
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely!
So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat? Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel?
Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning the trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it! So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. I ate it. It was good.
Really good.
Yeah, this
They're
is...
saying as yet no, hold on, and as yet unknown third party. Really?
They could have said the third party, but
Right,
you gotta make
say
it.
all
You gotta
that.
make it complicated. Yeah, this one.
Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person!
Yes!
There was, because I saw her! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eating steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. Nerd! We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma!
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them! Those two witnesses in the stand!
What are you talking about?
We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately fibbed when giving your testimonies, obviously, you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And, since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit in murder?
tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say? Kokuta-san? No. You were just following orders? Now hold on, lad. I was Say you never saw the gentlewoman?
The gentlewoman.
Whatever. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple slip of the tongue!
They should be found guilty too.
Yeah.
Order. Counsel, explain what is going on here.
It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth!
Absolutely not! The prosecution knows nothing of this!
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified! So you've prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't! This can't be happening! Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were promised to silence by someone with considerable influence. However,
You and the baby going to jail, right?
Put a bump in there.
The baby he ain't telling the truth either. Look.
I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or not the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, and we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right! Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose!
I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please! Wait! Your Excellency! I had no idea about any of this! I promised to every Shinto god! I knew nothing!
And what does the defense have to say about all of this?
Well, Your Excellency! Ugh, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is...
Where the baby at?
Where's the baby? It's the baby on his shoulder! I can't believe it! The first baby that can talk!
This dude here?
Yep.
Baby guilty. The waiter, the head waiter.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes! Well, surely that would be Satoru Hasanaga-san!
Hananoka-san. The waiter. Who actually after that? The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason would you have to skip my lunch? What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not have possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter.
If he truly were...
Come on, Ryunosuke! Time to hit this court with the truth! The truth about Satoru Hasanaga-san's real identity... Oh wait, this is Kazuma. The truth about Satoru Hasanaga-san's real identity, as proven by this evidence!
This right here?
Wait, you might have to examine it now. Examine it now. Go to the back.
What's that?
Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector Satori Hasanga, whatever. Primary criminal investigator. No, Primary Criminal Investigation Division. Imperial Police Bureau. He's high in ranks, is he?
Now you gotta actually look at it.
Oh.
Yeah. You can have the right piece of evidence and they still call you stupid just because you ain't looked at it.
Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see as it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hasanaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hasanaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. They're wielding it somehow here.
The waiter's business card information has been updated in the court record. A sketch of the restaurant's layout is on the back. On the front, it's stated that Hasanaka-san is a police inspector, whatever from.
Alright, yeah, get out and present it.
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in the question? I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything.
Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest.
I beg your pardon? Pardon?
Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes! It's the front of the back of the card! That's what a telling detail is! Even the judge like, what?
What? Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say?
Hosonaga-san sketched a plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession.
The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious!
That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before! Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular citizens, civilians are concerned. So, witnesses, they're in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene?
Well...
Inspector Hosonaga! I was worried something like this might happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh, well...
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course! Your salary must be terrible! I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide.
Very well then, Inspector Hassan, what's his name? Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court.
Of course, Your Excellency.
We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct?
correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. You're trying to set Ryunosuke
I'm
off?
sitting up there coughing up blood.
Yep. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the borough. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say? Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed.
You need to be in jail too.
Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect.
Yes, everybody is conspiring. I'm like, they all need to be in jail. Even him. Even though he was trying to be a detective, why would you remove her from the scene? That is craziness.
You think this level of conspiration is crazy? Just wait. Just wait. Everybody gonna be conspiring by the end. Well, without an irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young English woman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty.
What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly, anyway, critical premise. namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But Your Excellency! That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain! Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions!
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom.
Ah!
Inspector Hasanaka,
Yes, sir?
you will locate this Giselle Brett. Does her name have any meaning? And escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency.
I know that
John H. Wilson character is the Sherlock Holmes detective friend. At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau!
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem? Nothing will get in my way.
Court will adjourn briefly. Right, you see all that? The prosecution must call this English student, Giselle Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes!
This what I had said too, ain't
Excellency!
Yep, that's what I said. Good, then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening.
That's quote 1 of 3, by the way.
1 of 3?
Yeah.
To be continued. Goodness gracious to life. Yeah, look, he's sitting up there coughing up blood and stuff. It looks so nasty. But these, they do have some, I think this case is good.
Yep.
What you think, Plum?
I like how they, they kind of took the, animated style
Of the old games and made it 3D. Like, it's really apparent in the animations with, like, the baby or the old man.
Yeah.
really expressive.
I hope y'all liking it so far too. I'm loving it.
She loving it. She hated it. She want Phoenix back, y'all. She crying over Phoenix.
You want Phoenix too, whatever.
No,
All right, you guys. I'll let you all go. I've been up all early this morning since what? It's been about 4 o'clock. Oh my goodness. 4 a.m. But I appreciate you all for watching. And yeah, if you're watching, you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe. I thought you don't mind hitting that like button for me. Okay, Yeety, Dave, Angel, thank you all for chatting, and everyone else that's watching, thank you all for watching. And yeah, you all have a wonderful night and a wonderful day tomorrow. I will talk to you all on the next one. You all take care.